YouTube channel. My name is Gabriela Cortez. I am a ESL instructor and a workforce business liaison. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the resume workshop. Questions. Some of the commonly asked questions are: what is a resume? Why do you need a resume? And do you have a resume? And if you don't, that's okay. This is why we are here to help you and support you in building a new resume. So what is a resume? A resume is a summary of your personal data, your educational background, training, and your business or professional experiences, as well as your qualifications and highlighting your achievements. Essentially, your resume is an advertisement to prospective employers. So now we are going to go ahead and talk about the different formats that are available and how you can use them. So now that you understand the definition of what a resume is, we're going to go ahead and talk about our formats. We have 3 different types of formats: chronological, functional, and a combination of both. So we're going to go into a little bit more detail of each of these different formats, and hopefully you'll be able to find one that suits you. A type of format that an individual can use may vary depending on the following: the type of work that you're applying for, your past experience, work history, skills, and/or certifications. Chronological resume. Ask yourself this: do I have a consistent work history? Do I have education that can give me an advantage related to the position? Does my work history show an increase of responsibilities? Am I going to continue in the same job field as my previous jobs? If you answered yes to any of these, then chronological would be the best resume for you to work on. Here you will see an example of a chronological resume. One of the most common things that all resumes include is first and last name, address, phone number, and email. As we move down, you'll see objective, education, honors and/or achievements, and work experience. The difference between a chronological resume between the others is that chronological highlights the dates and your responsibilities. So as you can see, the yellow highlighted areas are where the dates will be included, and the blue highlighted areas is the responsibilities that you had within this company. Now you will see the difference between chronological and functional. Use this format if you have a big gap between employment dates, if you have worked at different employment sites in a short amount of time, or if you're making a career change. As you see here, this is an example of a functional resume. As I mentioned before, the very top half will contain the basic information such as first and last name, address, phone number, and email. Then it'll continue with employment objective and education. The only thing that changes is right in the center where the highlighted yellow mark is. There are no dates, and it'll focus on your skills and responsibilities that you have built throughout your employment history. And now we'll focus on the final format, combination. The combination resume uses the vital parts of both the chronological and functional resume. A combination resume can be split into 2 different parts. The first part of a combination resume focuses on the functional resume, which highlights your skills and responsibilities. The second part focuses on the employers and includes dates. And finally, an example of a combination resume. As I mentioned before, the top half will always include first and last name, address, phone number, and email. In this example, we'll direct our attention to the 2 highlighted areas. Let's focus on the blue one. So the blue one, as you can see, is an example of a functional resume. There are no dates, and it just focuses on your skills and responsibilities that you have built throughout your work experience. On the bottom half is your work experience. So your work experience is an example of a chronological resume. A chronological resume highlights the dates and responsibilities that you've had. Aside from a resume, another thing you may need is a cover letter. A cover letter is a great opportunity to let an employer know why you are the perfect candidate for this position. This is where you will be able to highlight your skills and experience and explain how it could be what the company is searching for. The cover letter should be professional and welcoming for an employer to read. It should be used for an introduction to who you are and what you are capable of bringing to the company. Although we didn't get into much detail of what a cover letter is, stay tuned for next time and we'll make sure to include more details on how you can make a cover letter. So for now, go ahead and hit subscribe, like our video, leave a comment down below, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.